Mississippi continuing to just a big championship. It is the Coldwater lead 27, taking on Lady Lions 28. Everyone Elizabeth this year. Well, today that this game low.
You're right, and they are back for a tournament. Anyway, they're not there. There's a lot of she's going to bring her team in this Coliseum.
We've been good on this basketball. Limit make sure court 8 and
You're right. Players are scholarships and she next year and she's overall.
Coach year game. Thing is for team to run see for one as lost must stay out of these and have things these comes and does count to be very warning by the end of both based on points the MHSAA public coverage MHSAA Coliseum basketball brought to you by University Search and
they call me for coach. Lead
Last local religious ball game. Gold top of the Coldwater. No flip ball for Coldwater. Start with the Mission. Back out. College. That one. Martin. Change that for the ball game. Yeah, pressure. 5-7. And I'll let you see. Is Mississippi basketball water. a scoring drought for her.
It really does. And the team cuts it to 4.
Very manageable.
Yeah, you want it in that range.
Precious Rogers off to Hardaway. Cross court, got to be picked off by Levinson. Boy, these Coldwater girls can jump.
They can. That is one thing I have been very impressed with. They are not tall, but they can get up so high.
Levinson's shot missed. On the shot, up. Byers thought it hit the top of the goal, so did the fans, but staying with it was Polk, and she got the bucket. I agree with you. I thought it hit the top of it.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Here's the trap. And Coldwater almost comes up with it. And the blocking foul going to be assessed. Now, Elizabeth, for those watching, maybe today for the first time, when you call this blocking foul, how long does the player have to get set before they're going to be called for that?
You know, that's such a, here's the,
oh, what a nice
that's
look.
the nice finger roll.
Yeah.
Thought that might be the one that looked like it bounced off the top. Yeah, Clemens has done that several times, don't you think?
Yes. Precious Rogers' free throw is good. Both teams in the bonus.
This is the first game, Russ, that has had this many substitutions. They are constantly coming in and out of the game, playing a lot of players, both sides.
Rogers misses the second free throw, so she's 1 out of 2. And here's Clemens back the other way. A little shake and bake move. Takes the shot, and she'll earn a trip to the free throw line. She's so quick, you can't help but foul her.
I know. I was just thinking that same thing. Oh, that's not a good picture. It looks like Kyra Gulledge might have re-injured her knee.
Grimacing in a little bit of pain there. Getting a hug by one of the players. You're right, that doesn't bode well.
No. What a difference.
Clemens' free throw on the way, good. You know, if you're going to be a top-notch player, free throws have got to be crucial for you.
Incredibly big. You are so right.
Checking in now. Crutcher started the game, hasn't played a whole lot here in the second quarter of play. And the free throw coming up from Clemens. Missed it. And McCreely on the rebound for the Lady Lions. Crutcher will bring it up now for H.W. Byers. Flips the ball left side. Jump shot on the way is in and out, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Polk. She's had a really good first half. Stackhouse shot is blocked, and let's see, did she step out of bounds on the play?
That's what they're going to call, yeah, step out of the bounds. Byers, it'll be Coldwater ball. Yeah, you're right, Polk has had some very nice rebounds, very nice.
Maybe not as strong as people like Hardaway and Justice Martin as far as putting the ball back up after getting the offensive rebound, but she'll get there. There is a whistle and a blocking foul going to be called, and that's going to send Levinson to the free throw line. And Crutcher, who had just entered the ball game, picks up another foul. That's her 4th personal foul, and she started the ball game. Let's see, yeah. See, she stepped right in front of her and got whistled for the foul. And so she's on the bench and not very happy about it.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting, Russ. You never want to be on the bench, but when it is the championship game, you really, when you get in that foul trouble.
And she's really in it with 4.
You're exactly right. In the second quarter, she is really there.
Levinson misses the free throw. Justice Martin pulls the ball down. Precious Rogers back to Martin as they try to beat the press by throwing over it. Here's the drive. The baseline shot is no good, and a nice quick move by Abria Gulledge. There's a good look there at Crutcher, who's not very happy.
They have 2 unhappy campers on their bench, with 1 injured and 1 with foul trouble.
But they lead, and going to the free throw line and hitting the first one is Abria Gulledge.
And that's a big foul for Polk too, Russ. That's 3rd on her, and that's some height underneath. But you know, it's interesting. You and I we were talking a little bit ago about stopping these quick teams, and sometimes fouling is the only way they've been able to do that.
Yeah.
They're just so fast.
Second one is good, 24-20. Byers leads it. Coldwater with the basketball. Clemens between the circles now. We'll get things in motion with 3:32 to go. Don't forget the boys game coming up right after this one for the 1A state championship. Here's Levinson, leans in, misses the shot. McCreely with a nice defensive hold right there for Byers. Here's Hardaway right down the middle, banks it off the glass for 2.
Big 3 minutes here. 3 minutes left, 6-point deficit.
Levinson, oh, she got away with an extra step. Stackhouse will shoot it. Got it.
You know what? This was a brilliant play. Clemens had 2 girls Gardner in the backcourt, so she just kind of hung out back there. Well, that made Coldwater have a 4-3 advantage, and they were able to find the open girl and nail it.
Here's Hardaway. Went right around the player for the Lady Cougars and scores the bucket. Hardaway having a super first half. 28-22. Lady Lions of HW Byers lead it. Stackhouse inside Clemens, and she's going to be fouled by McCreely. For comprehensive live streaming and on-demand coverage of the Mississippi High School Athletic and Activities Association Championships, log on to MHSAA TV. The MHSAA network not only brings you live television coverage of the football and basketball championships on MPB, we also cover boys and girls finals across numerous sports like volleyball, swimming, and last month's soccer championships. That's MISSHSAA TV. Nice to see those sports like volleyball and swimming and soccer getting the attention now that those kids out there working hard as well.
You're right, and I tell you, the soccer has just really taken off.
Was that awesome this year? Had some great soccer games. And we've got a good basketball game. Here's Hardaway. A three-pointer on the way. It's good by Gullidge.
I think it will count, though, because it depends on the timing of that. Yeah, they're going to count it.
Yeah, they're going to count it. They're going to count it. A foul committed. And Elizabeth, you alluded to this just a moment ago, and it was really worth pointing out, so we'll point it out again. This is an important 3-minute stretch for Coldwater because they could go into the locker room either elated that they're only a couple of points behind or scratching their head if they're 10 or 12 behind.
You're right. Down 7 right now at the free throw line, and their star has not, had particularly a good shooting night so far. So if they can go down 4, 5, something like that, I think they would feel good.
But 11 or 12 changes their whole perspective on things, and Clemens can change that with 2 free throws and does. 31-26. Byers leads it, and they have the basketball. Pressures Rogers over to Alexis Hardaway. Here's the drive by Gullidge. Shot put up off the glass is good.
Well, it's important to note that is a 9th grader, another one of these 9th graders, Russ.
And Gullidge is her name. I'm going to step out on a limb and say she's related.
I'm going to join you on that limb.
Shot is missed, and on the rebounded shot, a foul committed, I believe, going as hitting the floor there is Precious Rogers, and the foul checking in for Coldwater now, number 34, Erica Wilkins, who started for Coldwater. 33-26. Byers with the lead.
This press working, the zone press, they managed pretty easily.
Hardaway back over to Rogers. She'll find the open one, and there's the open one. Shot up, no good. No doubt about that one.
Yeah, when it goes over the back of the board, kind of hard not to call it.
Yeah. So now with 1:34 to go in the first half, Coldwater's going to look at a press here. I like this move by Coach Thompson.
Yeah, and he's substituting Alexis Hardaway out.
That looked close to a travel. They'll swing it over. Inside it goes all the way, and it is a bucket by Wilkins.
That was well executed.
You beat the press by passing, and that's exactly what they did.
You are right.
Here's Byers on the other end now, 33-28. They lead it with a little over a minute to play in the first half. Shot for 3 from the parking lot. No good. Got her own rebound. Sticks it up and in.
There's your offensive rebound.
Gullidge And they whistle a foul coming back the other way. That one's going to go to Dominique Rubin.
That's one way to stop Clemens, but I don't think they necessarily want to stop her at the timeline.
No, because she can hit those free throws without the clock moving.
Right.
And that's where she'll head. The foul there. Good look at Dominique Rubin. Picks up the foul. Rubin, a 5'6" senior for Coach Thompson. Free throw is good by Clemens. As we saw yesterday with Belmont and Ripley, you want to be close at the half and you want to be close at the end of the third because anything can happen.
That was amazing.
It was amazing. We've done a lot of games, maybe none better than that one. Second shot is good.
You know, I was just thinking we haven't mentioned it until right now. That was a classic ending, and it's such a testimony to patience and hanging in there and not giving up.
Here's the pass on the left side. They'll dump it off.
What a
pass for three. No good, and bringing it down is Felicia Hill. Hill will swing it over to Stackhouse. Her shot for a three. Good, she got it.
Credit Clemens, a beautiful assist, and that
changes everything.
Look at there, 2 points, Russ. Just what you were mentioning earlier going into halftime.
So now H.W. Byers will probably play this for one shot.
You know, they played 3 times this year. Byers has won every one, and one of them was at the end of overtime, a 3-point shot.
And they won by one.
And they, I think it was actually 81-78, but it was the winning bucket.
Here's the drive. The shot in the lane, no good, and Coldwater comes down with it. The long half-court shot is up, no good. And the half is over now with Byers leading by a score of 35-33. It has been a great first half. Kim is making her way over there to talk to Coach Thompson. We'll get his thoughts on this first half. And let's go now over to Kim Tanner. Kim.
Coach, y'all done a really good job of holding Clemens or limiting her here. What's going to happen in the second half to pull this off?
We're going to try to do some of the same similar things. I'm just a little frustrated right now at how, we let sometimes football occur out of one team and then the other team beneficiary of fouls, and this team here is getting punished with the fouls. If they just balance out the fouls and either let both teams play physical or let both teams be tick-tack both ways, I'll be fine with that. But right now, I'm a little frustrated about that.
I understand, Coach. Hey, good luck in the second half. I'll let you get to your team.
Thank you.
Russ.
All right, Coach Thompson, as he walks off a little bit frustrated. It did get physical. You know, Elizabeth, there was about a 2-minute stretch there in the second quarter where bodies were flying everywhere, and it seemed like after a timeout, everything kind of settled down a little bit, and we had a super first half at the half. It is 35-33. Byers leads it by 2 here from the Mississippi Coliseum. We're going to take a timeout. Stackhouse there with the big 3 ball that got Coldwater back in it. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more in a moment.
We have shown opportunity to generations of young men and women, shaped leaders of the past, and guided those to come, lending a hand, finding solutions, honoring a heritage of compassion and service, a feeling of family that starts at home with a global reach, rooted in the foundation of our past, creating the future. This is our state, Mississippi State University.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the MHSAA network, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
Every ball game here at the Mississippi Coliseum we'll have a C Spire Scholar athlete. As we take a look at the score, it is Byers by 2, 35-33. That's what they're playing for. That gold ball, and the championship trophy is nice, and the other basketball is nice. The gold ball's the one they're after, though.
You're right, and they only give one gold ball. Excuse me, it might help if I'm hooked up. And there's only one gold ball that's given every year, and that has such a special place at each school. They hang banners, but the gold ball is what they're after.
Well, of course, here at halftime, it is 35-32. It really turned out to be a close ball game, and at one point in the second quarter, it looked like Byers was going to be leading by, 11, 12 points going into the half, but that wasn't to be, and Stackhouse got the big 3 ball to get him back in it.
And Stackhouse has played a big role. When you focus on a player like Clemens, it leaves a lot of the other teammates open to play their role, and Stackhouse has stepped up and done that. I thought Clemens had a really smart play in the first half, trying to keep a couple of players on her out of the mix. Yeah. It left a player open, and they paid.
Every ball game, as I mentioned, we have a C Spire Scholar athlete of the game, and today's in this ball game from H.W. Byers, it is Terica Renfro. Terica Renfro is your C Spire Scholar athlete, taking the award from Don Hinton, the executive director of the MHSAA. So congratulations to Terica Renfro, our Scholar athlete in this ball game, and I'm really looking for a lot of fireworks in the second half, as both of these teams can go up and down the floor with the best of them, and it should be a lot of fireworks in the second half. We certainly hope that you stay tuned and enjoy the second half of this ball game. We're going to take a timeout with H.W. Byers leading by a score of 35-33. Back with more in a moment.
2012 could be the end of the rut you're in, of telling yourself you don't have the time, of worrying if you can afford it. No more excuses. With Antonelli College, 2012 could be the year you start training for a career you really want, the beginning of a brighter future, the start of something better. Antonelli College.
Did you know Mississippi's 15 community colleges will teach more than 250,000 people in an average year? Nearly 72% of all college freshmen in our state attend a community college. Average tuition and required fees for the whole academic year are just $2,174. A community college is close to wherever you live. Community colleges provide education and workforce training to help us build job skills. Community colleges, in our second century, making a difference in the lives of Mississippians.
Hotel stays at the Cabot Lodge Jackson North and the Cabot Lodge Millsaps include a complimentary hot breakfast buffet, evening reception with beverages and popcorn, access to a fitness center, and complimentary wireless access. Meeting rooms for corporate or social functions available at both locations. On North State Street in Jackson near Millsaps College and in Ridgeland off I-55 at County Line Road. Reservation information available at cabotlodge.com.
Welcome back to the Mississippi Coliseum. The MHSAA basketball tournament is made possible by McAllister's Deli. Delicious is in the details. And by Applebee's. Applebee's proudly supports Mississippi high school basketball. And by Mama Hamill's, serving up scrumptious Southern comfort food. Halftime here at the Big House, the 1A state championship, with H.W. Byers leading by a score of 35-33. And we'll take a look at some highlights here in the first half. Russ Robinson here along with Elizabeth Noblin. Hope you're enjoying this one today on the MHSAA Network and Mississippi Public Broadcasting. Let's take a look at Byers. This is Alexis Hardaway. I thought she had an outstanding first half, and she got some help by Justice Martin on the other side.
And it's just what you would expect from a Dandy Dozen. They're stepping up to the plate. You got Hardaway, Clemens. The one that we really are it's a shame that we're not getting to see play is Gullidge with that injury to her knee.
There's the shot put up by the younger Gullidge, and she's excited about that 3 ball. For Coldwater on the other side, Stackhouse with a big 3.
She has definitely helped Clemens out in this first half. They've gotten a couple of people on the board with their threes.
Well, here's Clemens. She takes it right down the middle of the lane. She's going to try to draw the foul and maybe get the finger roll. She had one finger roll in this first half. Levinson back over to Stackhouse.
or actually Hill. I think that might have been Felicia Hill that time.
Yeah,
Felicia Hill and Sanders got in on the action. Stackhouse, I think they all had threes. A big half.
Let's take a look at some stats now so that you get an idea. Here in the first half, the Lady Lions 12 out of 28 from the floor, and Coldwater 10 out of 32, so they're really kind of close there. Not a whole lot of people sharing the basketball around here. 4 assists to 2, but the free throws, and that's maybe where this game's going to come down. But Coldwater, who's down in this game, has out-rebounded Byers.
Well, but look at the statistics. They are really so even, and that shows how this game has been. It's 35 to 32. That's a great representative of what this game's been. When you mentioned the assists, not sharing the ball, that's really an accurate stat. There's been a lot of one-on-one drives, taking it to the hole, and in that case, you're not going to have an assist. But that's been what the game has, besides the three-pointers, has been a lot about.
Well, you may not get the assist, but you're going to get second chance points on the missed shots, and that's why the offensive rebounds have been so big in this ball game. And we'll see if that continues to be the trend in the second half. H.W. Byers bringing a good crowd here today, and there's a good look at the Lady Lions as they get ready for the second half. Let's go over to Kim Tanner, who has got Coach Spivot Jr.
Coach, I tell you, they're at the end. Closing in on the half like that has to make it a lot easier coming out here for second half. Talk to me about the adjustments you want to see happen.
Well, the main thing is that we got to get more aggressive on the defensive end. We're just standing around watching things happen to us right now and not just playing with the sense of purpose and a sense of passion that we would like to. We made a little run. They made a run and got up on us by about 7 or 8 there, and we was able to cut it back down. It's a 2-point ball game at the half, so we feel real good about our chances starting out this second half.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck. Russ.
All right, your halftime score, 35 to 33. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back for the tip-off of the second half in a moment.
We've shown opportunity to generations of young men and women, shaped leaders of the past, and guided those to come, lending a hand, finding solutions, honoring a heritage of compassion and service, a feeling of family that starts at home with a global reach, rooted in the foundation of our past, creating the future. This is our state, Mississippi State University.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
Welcome back to the Mississippi Coliseum. Halftime, 35-33. We're getting ready to start the third quarter of play, and Coach Thompson sending his troops out there. Byers in their white uniforms trimmed in gold and green, and Coldwater in their blue and gold. It just seems like, you and I have been doing these games for 10 years, and we see these two teams, at least 7 of them.
They have a history. I tell you, that is two strong girls programs, and what an exciting day for Coldwater to have the boys in the finals also.
Shot is missed, and here's a 3-ball put up. Nope, it will not go, and Gullidge brings it down. So Gullidge back in the ball game.
That's right.
Kira Gullidge
got to be excited to be out there. Senior.
Let's keep an eye on number 30 for H.W. Byers. She's been nursing a gimpy knee.
Looks like Coldwater's keeping an eye on her too. They seem to have 2 people on her right now.
Well, the shot missed by Gullidge, put back up and in by Gullidge. So Big Sister says,
Hardaway.
I'll take your was that Hardaway?
Yeah, Hardaway got underneath, and just like you talk about, offensive rebounds.
So here is Clemens now as Coldwater on their first attempt for 3 is up, no good. And running it down is Coldwater, but it's loose and picked up by Gullidge. Precious Rogers, shot taken is up for 3. It's in and out, no good. That ball went down as far as it could go by Martin, and it came back out.
That is definitely the picture of in and out.
There's a 3-ball put up, no good by Stackhouse, and now here comes the younger Gullidge. Over to Precious Rogers. The drive, Hardaway, off the glass, no good. Put back up by Gullidge, it is good.
There she is, already making her presence known.
Limping a little bit as she comes back the other way. The shot forced
Look
up.
at that. That is a highlight film. She found one little area to nose her way through between two of the greatest players on the floor.
That area wasn't even as big as she is. Here's the shot inside by Justice Martin. Misses it. Gullidge there for the rebound. Shot missed that one. And here's Clemens on the other end for Coldwater. Off the glass. Missed it, and a foul going to be called. Precious Rogers.
Not so sure. She was waiting to see, was it going to be a charge? She's already gotten one.
Yep. That is her third personal. And the first foul here in the second half on Byers. Free throw off the iron, no good by Clemens. Shot by Clemens on the way, missed both of them. And here comes H.W. Byers now.
She's going to want that back.
Hardaway underneath, shot up and good by Martin.
Both of these teams can just make the fast break look so easy.
That's because they're so fast.
Yeah, right.
Here's the shot inside and a whistle and a foul, and that's going to go to Gullidge. She came over to try to block the shot, got her with the body, and that's going to send Erica Wilkins to the free throw line. Wilkins started the ball game but didn't play a whole lot
after that.
After that, yeah. But then she came in toward the end of the first half.
Well, they play a lot of people, both of these teams. Of course, Coldwater only has 9 on the team.
Well, you know, we talked about free throws. Coldwater's missed the last 3. Now they've missed the last 4. But they got the rebounds. Clemens will pull the trigger for 3. Will not get it. Rogers on the rebound, and here comes Byers. Lead pass down the floor. Put up by Gullidge. Won't go. Rebound put up by Martin. Won't go, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Gullidge couldn't quite get her hands on the ball. She was a little out of position, but she should have never had the fast break. Somebody did not see that Byers had a player, a snowbird.
And going to the free throw line will be Justice Martin. Her shot on the way, off the iron, no good. Neither one of these teams lighten it up from the free throw line here in the second half. Second shot on the way. That one no good. You know, and it may be because, Gullidge goes down. Gullidge down and not getting up. Here's the drive inside. The shot is up and good by Clemens.
How pretty.
And Gullidge is hurt. She is hurt. A valiant effort on the part of Gullidge, but she will have to be helped from the floor. And I think we've seen the last.
Yeah, I think so too. She is.
It's the left knee.
A lot of pain.
She was in there battling for the rebound. She is grimacing in pain. She has left it all on the court today, hasn't she?
Literally, yes, she has. You hate to see that. You hate to see her not get to finish this game, this championship game. The other side of it, at least it's only one game she's missing. She's had a great year and contributed to them getting here.
Well, there's little Gullidge putting it in from 3. Says, big sis, don't worry about it. I'll take over.
That's right.
She's got a pretty jump shot. If you watch her hand, when she lets go of the ball, it flips out like all the good jump shooters do, and makes it look easy. In the corner, Stackhouse on the drive. We're going to be called for traveling. Good defense by the Lady Lions.
Yeah, Sanders there on that drive.
So now the Lady Lions will bring it back up.
She knew it when she landed.
She looked at the official to see if she had gotten away with it. Here's McCreely over to Gullidge, and Gullidge tries to go to Justice Martin, and he goes out of bounds. I like the minutes that Madison McCreely's come in, number 23, and given Coach Thompson for H.W. Byers.
She's worked hard. If you watch her, she's really focused.
And works well away from the basketball.
Yeah, and I think she knows her role. I mean, she doesn't try to do too much, I don't think.
Here's the pass over to Levinson. Leverson right down the middle, lays it up, no good. Rebound put up, no good. Levinson trying to get the rebound, but the Lady Lions come down with it. And then there's the outlet pass. They got a 2-on-1. Hardaway underneath. Got it. Took it a while.
You know, this is an interesting matchup. They've now put Hardaway on Clemens. Looks like it's going to be a man-to-man, and Clemens could kind of take Hardaway out of the picture if she just sort of hangs back at half court.
Well, some pressure, bringing it up the floor, and there's Hardaway as she bumps Clemens on the play.
An interesting decision.
Here's Hardaway underneath, just kind of uses that body, leans in, and goes down.
Gets the shooter's roll.
Yep.
But that's really an interesting decision by Coach Thompson to put, you know, arguably their best player on Clemens.
Well, Clemens misses the shot. Hardaway on the breakaway. The ball got knocked up in the air. And it's going to be Coldwater basketball.
Bodies flying everywhere.
Well, it got that way a little bit in the second quarter earlier today. It's when a lot of the fouls were committed. You know, I think it's an interesting move by Coach Thompson because Clemens is so much quicker than Hardaway is.
Well, you would certainly think so. I mean, there's a height difference. Their style of play is so different. And when you focus on defense, it really can take away from your offensive production.
Well, and on the ensuing play, the Lady Lions throw the ball out of bounds. It'll be, check that out, I mean, Coldwater throws it out of bounds. It'll be Lady Lion basketball as Coach Spivey looking on, not liking what he saw out of his Lady Cougars that time. Rogers back to Alexis Hardaway. Hardaway starts to drive, comes back out. Here's the drive in the paint. No, they'll dump it off. Hardaway for three. Nope. Won't go. Did you hear that fan? Get in there, ball. And there's a whistle. Foul called. I believe that one's going to go to Nolan.
Or McCreeless,
It's McCreeless, yeah, and that's her fourth. There she is right there.
And there she goes right there.
Yep, and coming in is Collins.
This may be her first action of the day.
Lanshay Collins, it is her first action of the day. So she is a sophomore, 5'9" sophomore. A press by Byers. Interesting call here.
4 white shirts. There have got to be a lot of people open on the other end.
And Clemens goes right down the middle, and
when it's 4-on-1, there's you can pretty much guarantee somebody's open.
Yep, and there was somebody open, but Clemens says, no, I'm going to take this one myself. And moving in to pick up the foul is Justice Martin. That is her second. And at the free throw line, Clemens got the first one. She'll get another. 2:47 to go in the third. Still a lot of time. Second shot on the way. Good.
5-point game. I mean, 7-point game. About where one of the largest leads that they had in the first half, I believe.
In the corner it goes. Gullidge for three. She got it.
That makes it 10, Russ.
That's huge. Here's Clemens on the other end. Little spin move. Lost the ball. Comes back and gets the ball. Scramble for the ball. And a timeout called by Clemens. That's the second time we've seen that in this game. Look at this. Here's the shot by Gullidge. That is a 9th grader, folks. Pulling the trigger for three. And likes what she sees coming down the court.
She's a confident player. But she's got pressure with that name. She's got to live up to Gullidge.
Hey, to purchase a DVD of today's championship games, log on to MHSAA TV. Also available are all the exciting semifinal matchups from this past week here at the Coliseum. Check out all the available championships, and here's the place to go, MHSAA TV. And you know, this is the first time that I can remember that the semifinal games have been available. They were on last week, I believe, on the streaming. And we had some beauties. Well, here's a fan that's really into the ball game.
Or the music, I'm going to go with.
Byers, I tell you, when Byers comes down to the big house, they enjoy it.
Serious business.
Inbounds pass, shot by Stackhouse for three, misses. But pulling it down is Leverson. Leverson.
Clemens had two people on her that time, not surprising.
Shot from the corner, no good. Nice rebound, put back up, and a foul going to be called. And going to the free throw line will be Charmaine Stackhouse.
If I didn't know differently, I would think that Bert Spiva in that timeout said, okay, go out and shoot the three, please. Did they take three on that one possession?
That's a good call, Elizabeth. I think you're right. Going to the free throw line. First shot on the way. Look at the backwards rotation on that ball by Charmaine Stackhouse. She's a junior. Now watch it come out of her hands. We keep the shot there on her. Flips it backwards.
Yep, that's a important rotation on that ball.
Stackhouse gets both, 49-41. Pass underneath, and a foul going to be called. The tackle made of Gullidge right there on the baseline.
That's an interesting play. Both players going after that ball.
And who do they give the foul to? They give the foul
Clemens.
To Clemens. She now has three.
That's probably even more important than the fact that it was a foul, the fact that she has three.
Coldwater jumps back into that zone defense. And let's see if Byers will shoot over it, if they'll try to go inside. Gullidge fakes the shot, drives, puts the shot up, no good, and draws the foul.
You know, Russ, that's a good example. And Polk is a young player and has had a super game. That swinging at that ball when Coldwater, when Byers went up to shoot it, even if she doesn't touch, it gives the impression that you're fouling. And for a referee, it makes it awfully easy to make that call. If you just go straight up and not swing your arms out like that, you may not get that call quite as often.
Good point. Gullidge misses the first free throw. She'll get another. Missed that one. I think she kind of came in the lane after shooting it.
It's easy to get that offensive rebound when you leave that early. And
I mean, we could get away with that when we played on the driveway, but not here. We always left the lane early in the driveway.
Yeah, they used to let you leave the lane a little early, I believe.
Stackhouse for three, misses that one, and the rebound brought down by Gullidge. Gullidge gives to Nolan. Jump shot by Justice Martin, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Wilkins. Off to Clemens. Clemens uses the body, missed the shot, rebound put back up, is good by Wilkins.
There's the teammate ready to help out on that offensive rebound. Really interesting, behind us, a gentleman was yelling, use the backboard. He knows his basketball.
Here's Gullidge, drives to the hole, flips it up there, no good, and the rebound going to come off the hands of Gullidge out of bounds. It'll be Coldwater basketball.
Well, it's a 6-point game here now.
Checking in for the Lady Cougars of Coldwater, Felicia Hill. Look at that shot there. Just rims out, offensive rebound, sticks it back up and in, and that's why you're only down by 6.
With a minute left here in the third.
Cross-court pass. Felicia Hill off to Leverson, and the ball picked off, and a traveling violation going to be called because the ball was on the back of Dominique Rubin.
That's an interesting call. You probably won't see that happen too often. It gets.
Well, the ball was riding on her shoulders, so she actually was traveling with the ball.
Yeah, it was right in the small of her neck.
Here is Clemens down the line. Shot put up is no good. How many times are you going to get to see that in a year? I think you just saw it.
Yeah, I think that was the time. Really nice look there by Clemens. Found Wilkins underneath.
McCreely checks back in. And there's a timeout on the floor. 49-46. Byers, who has been in control most of the way, leads it by 6 here with under a minute to go here in the third period of play. Don't forget the 1A state championship on the boys' side coming up right after this one. And you'll catch it all right here on the MHSAA network and Mississippi Public Broadcasting. I'll give you a stat or two that would interest you. Rebounding department, Coldwater is out rebounding Byers 37-33. Shooting percentages here in the second half. Coldwater shooting 20% from the floor, Byers 40%, but Byers' shots are coming inside the blocks, Elizabeth. That's why they're high percentage shots. They got better percentage.
And, you know, that's a good point. 50% though from the three-point line, and then that's a big one. 0 free throws have been made by Byers in this half. That's going to be interesting to see. And 0 three-pointers for Coldwater, and that is really big. They made 3 in the first half, and that's going to be an important statistic to watch in the last quarter.
Well, especially when you think, you look up here on the scoreboard, and Byers has 16 fouls right now, so the next one puts Coldwater at the free throw line. If they hadn't hit any free throws. All right, here we go. Back to live action. Less than a minute to play in the third period. Jump shot on the way is up, no good. McCreely rebounds, sticks it up, no good. And Clemens comes down with the board. Clemens, little shake and bake move, goes to the hole, and boy, is she hammered on the way up. No question about that. And picking up the foul is Lanche Collins. Coach Spivey doesn't look like he's in all that good a mood.
But he always looks that way.
At the free throw line is Clemens. First one good.
You know, the last time they won a gold ball was when Clemens was in the 8th grade, and boy, was that a game. They had the star, East Octoball had April Sites.
Yes.
Recruited everywhere, all over the country, and then they bring in an 8th grader, and she and the Coldwater team take that gold ball.
Free throw is missed, and Alexis Hardaway pulls it down. Hardaway spins in the paint, takes the shot, drops it in. I got to tell you, Elizabeth, I know it's early, but for my money, Hardaway looking at play of the game right now. And out of control is Clemens, and she will hit the floor, and the ball will go out of bounds.
But Clemens has one more quarter, and being one of the best in the state.
I wouldn't count her out.
No.
Let's see who's going to inbound. It's going to be Hardaway. Alexis Hardaway. Inside to McCreely, and that's going to end the third period of play. Been a fun ball game so far, and the last 8 minutes promises to be a humdinger. As we go to the quarter break, it is 51-44. HW Byers, Lady Lions, back for more in a moment.
2012 could be the end of the rut you're in, of telling yourself you don't have the time, of worrying if you can afford it. No more excuses. With Antonelli College, 2012 could be the year you start training for a career you really want, the beginning of a brighter future, the start of something better. Antonelli College.
Did you know Mississippi's 15 community colleges will teach more than 250,000 people in an average year? Nearly 72% of all college freshmen in our state attend a community college. Average tuition and required fees for the whole academic year are just $2,174. A community college is close to wherever you live. Community colleges provide education and workforce training to help us build job skills. Community colleges, in our second century, making a difference in the lives of Mississippians.
Hotel stays at the Cabot Lodge Jackson North and the Cabot Lodge Millsaps include a complimentary hot breakfast buffet, evening reception with beverages and popcorn, access to a fitness center, and complimentary wireless access. Meeting rooms for corporate or social functions available at both locations. On North State Street in Jackson near Millsaps College and in Ridgeland off I-55 at County Line Road. Reservation information available at cabotlodge.com.
Welcome back to the Big House. Let's go over to Kim Tanner with a very special guest.
Johnny Mims is the executive director of the Mississippi Association of Coaches, and a big game coming up. Tell us briefly what's coming up.
Well, again, we got our All-Star game coming up for the first time, been moved to Montgomery, Alabama, so we're looking forward to it. We've got our All-Stars picked, and we're ready to go. We're going to be leaving on the 14th, and the game will be played on the 16th.
Okay, and I know you can't tell names, but I imagine we've seen of them some this weekend.
Oh, yeah, you've seen a bunch of them in the Coliseum this week, and it's always a tough job to pick the best 12 in the state, girls or guys. So looking forward to the ball game, and Mississippi's got a pretty good streak going right now, so we want to keep it up.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Johnny. Good luck next week. Russ.
Thank you, Kim. We start the fourth and final 8 minutes of this one, 51-44. H.W. Byers leads it here as we start the fourth and final 8 minutes. Gullidge with a basketball. Looks like we're starting out the way that we started out the ball game.
Wow, it looks like Byers may be content just to hold it, Russ. You remember the game years ago? The team held it for an entire
Central
quarter.
Yep, there's the shot by Precious Rogers in the middle. Well, if you're going to hold it and you're going to take one shot, make it count.
That's exactly right.
53-44. Here's the shot inside. It's up, blocked by Gullidge. Here are the Lady Lions on the other end. Gullidge.
She has had a big game, Russ, a ninth grader, and boy, has she made her opportunity count.
And ball picked off there by Clemens. Gets right past two Lady Lions, goes right down the middle, got the bucket and the foul. Boy, does she know what to do with the ball when she gets it.
You know, that's the thing. You cannot count this team out because she's just impossible to stop.
Now, and the reason that's a charge, I don't know if you saw it, but Precious Rogers stepped right with about a second to go.
Yeah, and it's called a block, I guess, and so Coldwater gets to get the three-point the old-fashioned way. How many have we seen today?
A bunch. 18 points now for Clemens. No, make that 19 points for Clemens.
But you know what? For her, that's not necessarily a huge game. She has had games. She had one with 52, I think. She may be averaging 30.
Well, they've had two people on her most of this ball game today. Going to the free throw line as the foul is called on Wilkins. Justice Martin misses the first free throw. And she'll get another one. A lot of time left, 6:45 to go in the ball game. Second shot, see the rotation on that? Nice shot.
Yep, that's a pretty consistent part of a good shot.
Here's Clemens now, just kind of weaving in and out, and again goes right past Precious Rogers and lays it up and in. That is textbook right there.
Well, you can set up plays if you want to, or you can just let Clemens go.
On the other end, Alexis Hardaway. Over to Crutcher.
You can see what University of Southern Mississippi saw in Clemens.
And I'm sure they weren't the only ones.
Exactly.
Rogers off to Justice Martin. Her shot is up and in.
But the thing is, at some point, you've got to stop the scoring on the other end.
Well, I don't know if you noticed or not, but Coldwater was kind of standing there. Here's a shot by Clemens.
Well,
missed it, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Well, she's fun to watch. There's no doubt about that. Whether you're a Byers fan or a Coldwater fan.
You buy your ticket, you're going to get all your money's worth on watching her play.
Now it'll be interesting just to see in the last 5 minutes of this game how Coldwater decides to attempt to stop Byers.
At the free throw line will be Clemens. Shot on the way is good. She'll get another. Second one on the way is good. Don't look now. A 5-point deficit for Coldwater. Let's see what Byers does with it. Precious Rogers lost the ball. Wilson, a foul going to be called. That one's going to go to Charmaine Stackhouse. That is her second. And the 5th team foul on Coldwater. 9 team fouls on Byers.
Yeah, there's a lot of time left in this game, and it's a 5-point game. It's anybody's ball game.
Looks like Byers has certainly slowed things down, Elizabeth, as you were pointing out a moment ago.
And it will be interesting. Look at that really good defensive position that Coldwater is playing.
Justice Martin off of the bounce pass. That's pretty.
Yep, they beat one player, and then somebody has to step over and help, and Byers is just really good at finding the open girl.
7-point deficit for the Lady Cougars now. Back inside it goes. Shot put up off the ring is good by Clemens. They're looking for her every time down now.
Yeah, if she doesn't already have it in her hands, they're going to her.
Lady Lions bring it back the other way. Alexis Hardaway wants the paint. Turns, spins, takes the shot, misses it. And nothing but Lady Cougars on the rebound. Here comes Coldwater. Clemens pulls up inside the arc. Lets it go off the back of the backboard. She actually had 2 Lady Cougars underneath down there. And she pulls up and takes that shot. But
Yeah,
nobody was around her, though.
Nobody was around her. She may want to drive it on in because she's had such success driving. She either gets a foul or the goal.
Here's Justice Martin. Makes it look easy. Takes it strong to the glass.
Very easy.
60-53.
Yeah, at some point you can't keep trading baskets. You've got to reach into that deficit.
Charmaine Stackhouse for 3. In and out. No good. That's the second time today that ball's been down in the cylinder and popped back out.
Oh, I know.
Well, we got a 2-on-2 situation here. Alexis Hardaway to the hole, and she scores.
Yeah, Clemens was in a position that she cannot foul.
62-53. Now they're not trading buckets, and the shot put up by Clemens. She's putting on a clinic now.
Yeah.
This is what you call there as you look at Clemens coming back the other way. She's feeling it.
She is feeling it. Now they've got to feel it a little bit on defense.
Pass in the corner goes. Gullidge fakes the shot, and now you just saw Coach Thompson say, pull that ball back out.
Yeah, they might have to pick up man-to-man here in a minute. Otherwise, Byers
Going to do this.
Yeah, they'll be able to do that the rest of the game.
Coldwater not going to come out, and, well, now they finally come out to pick up Precious Rogers. Rogers on the, look at the elbow there by Rogers. She'll swing it over to Crutcher. Crutcher goes right down the middle. Nobody moved for Coldwater, and they go right in there and score the bucket. Elizabeth Crutcher just split the defense and went right past him and laid it up and in.
Yeah, that's the way you draw it up, and defensively there was a major,
look at this,
major breakdown.
Right between 2 folks and lays it up and in.
Yeah, you can't win championships when you don't play defense.
That's one play that Coach Pavo will look at over and over and over. Clemens doing everything she can to keep them offensively in this game.
But that time it almost looked like she had 4 fouls and she wasn't able to come near the player.
That shot rims out. The shot put back up. No good. Whistle. Foul called.
Really good hustle by Stackhouse there.
She followed her own shot. And we'll go to the free throw line with just under 3 minutes to go in the ball game.
She really, she was quick. She shot that thing and then she was underneath to get her own rebound.
Free throws up and good. Don't forget the boys won a state championship coming up. Like you were mentioning earlier, how many times do you get to see both teams go to the final game?
And the same coach.
That is really something. Second free throw up and good.
Let's see if we can get a little defense here this time down the floor for Coldwater. Otherwise, like you mentioned, trading baskets isn't going to cut the deficit.
64-57. Here's Alexis Hardaway. Byers with the lead and the ball. Here's the drive by Rogers. Right down the middle. Puts it up. No good. And here comes Clemens now. Down 64-57. Goes right past the defense. Lays it up and in off the glass and got the foul. Oh, my goodness. 64-59, and Elizabeth, if she hits a free throw, it's a 4-point ball game with over 2 minutes to play.
Tell you what, if you had a video right now, you could send this in for top 10 plays of the
pick
night.
your play.
Right.
She got the free throw, 64-60 now. Byers has the ball knocked out of bounds by Coldwater. Let's see who they're going to give it to. They're going to give it to Byers.
Byers doesn't need to change what they've been doing. It's been working well.
They're finding the open person. They lead it by 4, 64-60 with 2:21 to play in the ball game. Rogers inbounding and bringing it back to set it up is Nolan. Nolan's kind of really been the hustler on this team. Pass goes inside, and the shot is up and good by Crutcher. So now 66-60, a 6-point lead, and a blocking foul going to be assessed to Byers. 2:04 to play in the ball game. 6 points separate these two teams, and Byers with a 6-point lead.
People watching, because I find myself saying this, can't you just put 4 people on her, or can't you just do something? It is hard to translate. Now, I don't think on TV you can capture the speed.
I agree. Good point.
There's just no way. You cannot stop speed, and that's what she has been blessed with.
She got both free throws. It is 66-62. Byers by 4 with 2 minutes to go. Stackhouse almost comes up with the steal. They've got numbers on the other end. Ball knocked away, picked back up, and a foul call. This has been an exciting basketball game from start to finish. We expected it. We got it. And right now it's a 66-62 game with Byers on top. And they'll go to the free throw line. That is only the 6th team foul on Coldwater here in the second half. And a timeout on the floor called by Coach Jason Thompson of H.W. Byers. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the basketball game. 66-62. As you see Coach Spivey there. He's out at the center circle. I don't know what he's talking about. He's talking to the official. I remember us doing a story on Coach Spivey last time that he was here, that he teaches a class.
Oh, yeah, I was just thinking about that before the game. I said, you drove the bus down here, too, didn't you?
And he did.
I think he's the athletic director. He coaches the girls and the boys.
And he drives the bus in the morning up there.
That's right. I knew there was something about a bus.
And he drives the bus, teaches class, coaches the girls, coaches the boys. And he winds up in the Coliseum every year. And this year he brought 2 teams. Well, it is economically better on the school if you bring them both at the same time.
And then in his spare time,
probably writing a book. And
right.
I might buy it. 66-62. Right now he's got to erase a 4-point deficit as the Lady Lions have a 4-point lead with under 2 minutes. And you mentioned it a moment ago, a lot of time in high school basketball, just under 2 minutes, but you cannot trade baskets.
Yeah, I don't know if they've been saving their defense for this special moment or just what they were thinking, but we're getting ready to see. This is something interesting right here, Russ. Nobody from Byers is up around the goal. A lot of schools do this. They don't put any rebounders. I've always found that kind of interesting, the reasoning behind that.
You want to take a guess how many points Clemens has?
I'm going to guess 25.
You're off a little bit as Martin hits both of them. She's got 33 points.
Okay. And I think about, I bet 20 of them have been in the second half.
She goes right around the defense, puts the shot up off the glass, maybe getting a little tired. And bringing it down is Byers. They lead at 68-62 with a minute and a half to go. They'll go underneath. Shot put up and in by Martin.
They have been making a living on the block, Russ. They have found that open girl the whole day.
Here's Charmaine Stackhouse, shot for 3, no good. That's the shot that can get you back in the game, but she didn't hit it. And here's Precious Rogers now. will find Alexis Hardaway. Hardaway goes right down the middle, lays it off the glass, and scores. I think Coach Thompson got their attention the last time out. They lead at 72-62. Clemens for three, off the iron, no good. Alexis Hardaway, and she's going to be held by Stackhouse and the folks from H.W. Byers.
They're feeling it.
They've got the feeling that Clemens had. They're feeling it. At the free throw line, Alexis Hardaway. She leads all scorers for the Lady Lions with 22. It's going to be hard to pick a player of the game out of this group.
I tell you, they have really had some, and of course, Gullidge has stepped up, the 9th grader.
Hardaway misses the free throw, and it's saved by Leverson. Leverson back in the ballgame now for Coldwater. Clemens, the little finger roll, no good. Got a rebound, put it up and in, and a foul call. 45 seconds to go in the game, 72-64.
You just can't stop her.
35 points for Clemens. The thing about it, though, Byers has 3 people in double figures.
Yeah, and I think you make a good point. The whole Byers team has played really well, and the whole Coldwater team has played pretty well, but defense is going to be the story of this game. As much as there's been an offensive show, it really boils down to defense.
That kind of tells it all right there, doesn't it?
Tells a lot of it.
Coldwater down by a score of 72-64 with 40 seconds to play, and I think she's figured it out.
Yeah, I
that
think
the inevitable is happening. At the free throw line, we'll go Crutcher.
Yeah, body language can tell a lot, and I think if you look at the bench of Coldwater, there's some body language that tells the story.
Free throw up, no good. Rebound Clemens. She'll play till the gun goes off. Clemens goes right around Hardaway, puts it off the glass and scores. She's not going to give up with 31 seconds to go.
So yeah, all Coach Thompson can do is sit and watch.
I'll tell you, the University of Southern Mississippi is getting a good one.
She can put some points on the board for sure.
McCreely fouls out of the ball game now for H.W. Byers.
Really a good game for McCrelis. I mean, she did some good things tonight.
Madison McCrelis.
And only 11th grader.
She'll be back.
Yeah.
Free throw up, no good, and Hardaway with a board. And a whistle and a foul.
I mean, Russ, it's a 6-point game. That would have cut it to 5 with 30 seconds left. It just seems like this should be out of reach, but it's really not.
Let me tell you why I like Hardaway as the player of the game. She's leading the scores for Lady Lions, but she's also leading in rebounds.
Yeah, and she guarded Clemens some of the time.
Yeah, and that's a feat in itself.
Well, not only that, but look at the shooting percentage. She shot 11 times and made 9.
That tells it all. Free throw off the iron, no good, controlled by Coldwater. And Hardaway commits the foul. That is about the only way you're going to stop Clemens right there.
Yeah, but that is not what you want to do. If you're Byers, you've got a 6-point lead with 30 seconds left.
So as she goes to the free throw line, 72-66.
As strange as it seems, Russ, this could make it a 4-point game.
Well, Byers with the lead, but Clemens with the ball. Free throw on the way, got it. 72-67.
I mean, it's truly not over.
Clemens with a free throw. That one rims out, and Hardaway with another board. And now Byers with a 2-on-1. Underneath it goes, and it can't hang on to it. It goes out of bounds.
I mean, Byers is doing everything they can to keep Coldwater in this game, aren't they?
Yep. Coach Thompson not very happy on the other side over there. Inbounds pass comes to who? Clemens.
Let's guess.
Clemens at the free throw line, right down the middle, lays it off the glass and scores. And a timeout call by Coach Wirt Spivey Jr. with 13.5 to go. It is 72-69 H.W. Byers. Now, we saw the game to end all games yesterday with Belmont and Ripley. Could we be seeing another one here?
Well, that's the question. I mean, you got to imagine that they're going to foul immediately.
Yeah, but who do they foul? The free throw percentage for Byers, 71% in the first half, only 1 out of 5 in the second half with 20%.
Yeah, it looks like they might. Well, it depends on who is in there when they go back out there, but
you might want to look at Hardaway. She's 2 out of 5.
Yeah, as surprising as that may seem.
40 points for Clemens in this ball game.
It was 19 not too long ago, and we were discussing how 19's a lot, but it's not really. Well, she.
Oh, you said this is not an average game for her. Well,
Right.
we were probably a little bit premature on that. How many?
30 points in this half. Yeah, I'd say it's been a pretty good half.
Yeah. Second half has been very, very good to her.
And the fourth quarter is probably the majority of that.
Well, they fouled Precious Rogers it took them 3 seconds to do it. Clemens with 30 points on the night. Wow. And here in this half, Byers has scored 37 as a team, and Clemens has scored 30 by herself. Precious Rogers with some pretty big free throws here. First one on the way, no good.
Okay, what do? 10 seconds left. You can either drive. I mean, I would be tempted to drive in. How many old-fashioned three-point plays have they had?
This is huge. If she misses it, missed it, and the rebound comes down to Clemens. Well, it doesn't come down to it. She goes up to it.
I would take it all the way in.
Here's Clemens for 3. Will not go, and the ball game is almost over. 72-69, your score remains. And Elizabeth, there's the score right there. I'm with you. If Clemens goes right down the middle, she might have drawn a foul, but she certainly probably would have gotten the 2 points. So she's feeling like, well, if I'm going to get 2, that's not enough. Let me pull the trigger for a 3. And she fouling out of the ball game now is Charmaine Stackhouse. Going to the free throw line is Justice Martin.
Well, don't say it's over yet. We've seen stranger things happen. 2.7, you never know.
Both teams on a double bonus now. First free throw good.
Now it'll be hard.
Now it'll be hard, yeah. 73-69 Byers. Fans on their feet over there from H.W. Byers. They're feeling that state championship 1A style. Here is the second free throw. Good. 2.7 to go. And Coldwater knows. There's the long pass. It's over. 74-69. H.W. Byers led from the opening tip. It's all over. 74-69. H.W. Byers will send another gold ball back home, and Gullidge being held by her teammates. She went out in the second half. Credit her. She came out here and played when probably a lot wouldn't have.
And she at least got the experience of being on the floor in the final game and got to experience it with her team.
All right, your final score, 74-69. It is H.W. Byers winning the 1A state championship. We'll be back for the handing out of the trophies in a moment.
We have shown opportunity to generations of young men and women, shaped leaders of the past, and guided those to come, lending a hand, finding solutions, honoring a heritage of compassion and service, a feeling of family that starts at home with a global reach, rooted in the foundation of our past, creating the future. This is our state, Mississippi State University.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the MHSAA network, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
Welcome back to the Coliseum. Russ Robinson along with Elizabeth Noblin, and there's a good look at Alexis Hardaway. She's not excited about being the most valuable player in this game. Got the trophy, got the plaque, and now they're going to get a trophy to boot. H.W. Byers led the whole way, Elizabeth. They got close a couple times, so let's go down to Kim now with Coach Jason Thompson.
Well, first, Coach, congratulations. Boy, you all brought a big game tonight. That was wear you out, didn't it?
Thank you. I appreciate it. We are very blessed. We're very fortunate. God is so awesome. He just tells you to just follow his lead, and he guarantees that everything will work out like he planned. Today is a true testament to that. I have firm and faithful belief in it. God is so super and awesome. I'm just almost at a loss for words besides just saying thank God. These kids really kept fighting and kept grinding and giving it all they had. And at the end of the day, that's all you can ever ask them to do. I told them if they did what they're supposed to do and I do what I'm supposed to do, we can accept the results. Whether it's our favor or their favor, we can live with it. So with this being a championship game, both teams played well.
Talk to me about the player of the game.
The player of the game, she's very deserving of that. She's had a lot of years, the last two in particular, to where things hadn't been so great for her. She missed 21 games last year. She missed like 13 games this year due to a knee last year and ankle this year. But today was a testament to how great she is. I told her, I said, baby, this is your last game. And if you have anything in the tank, leave it. Don't leave that court saying that I could have did a little bit more, because this is where it's all at. She finished her high school career the right way. She's a warrior. She's so great. I'm just so happy to have her on my team and that she did what she did.
I tell you what, I'll let you go celebrate with your girls, but congratulations on a great
Thank
game.
you. God is good.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Kim. Final score, 74-69. Alexis Hardaway is the most valuable player. H.W. Byers will take the gold ball back home. Gulledge's going to look at the brace on Gulledge's leg as she goes back to the team. It's
about as big as she is.
Yeah, but she gave it. There's your Alexis Hardaway, your most valuable player. And as you heard Coach Thompson, what a testament to her to come out after missing 13 games this year, 21 games last year. And she's excited.
Just great.
She is excited about that plaque.
And she'll be playing at Austin P next year. And Gulledge will be playing at Furman. That's just really exciting for those two girls.
Well, that T-shirt kind of says it all. 6 in a row, we want more. The Lions of H.W. Byers seems like they just stay down here all the time. We certainly hope that you've enjoyed the basketball game. We've got a good one coming up, the 1A state championship coming up here on the MHSAA network and Mississippi Public Broadcasting. They're going to lift that ball up here in a minute. That's not the ball they want that Coach Thompson has. That's the ball they want right there. And there it goes. Coach Thompson going to hold it up in the air and kiss the gold ball and hand it to his team. H.W. Byers, your 1A state champion here from the Mississippi Coliseum today. As you get a good look at them. And they will clear the court and get ready for the 1A boys state championship. And we want to remind you to keep it right here on the MHSAA network and Mississippi Public Broadcasting, because there's more basketball on the way. Final score 74-69. H.W. Byers wins the 1A state championship. Elizabeth and I will be back tonight at 7 o'clock. Until then, stay tuned. The 1A boys state championship coming up.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Welcome to the big house. Check 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. I don't hear anything from them. That's what I'm saying. But they may not be talking to me.
Let me come around.